Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. How is everyone doing? Okay, let me just finish setting everything up and then we can start building. Yeah, so as you can see, I've done just a little bit of stream. I have, kind of replaced some of the diagonal buildings because I think they might actually not be the best idea. Though it would fit the area really well, it's also kind of annoying to build. So I decided against that. And I've removed the houses up here because I want to properly think about how I want to have them set up. Yeah, so plan for today, I think, is firstly to make some progress on this fortress right here. And then we can actually start building some of the houses for the village, not village, city. So I think maybe I want to start by building the roads, not the houses, just so I have a better view of how it might turn out. And we still have all the parts up here that are completely unbuilt. So lots of things to do, and yeah, I would say we can start right now. The first thing that I thought about was these towers that are kind of round on the edges. I want to replace them with square ones. No 8-sided towers, just 4 sides. And actually, let me set up a mask real quick and just paint them with air. Simpler that way. Yeah, see, most of the wool is gone already. Yeah, I have seen some builds from other people, and I think square towers could actually fit this area really well. So I just want to try it out and see how it looks. I don't have any specific design, so we are really just improvising. But I think it'll turn out great. Yeah, let me just fill in some of the holes from the wool and then yeah, I think this is too much. And no, it's actually fine. Okay, so let me pre-build it further out so I can just drag it in later. So what I was specifically thinking about was maybe this 5x5 tower, as you can see here, with some pillars on the side, like this. And there's actually a lot of things that you could do with this kind of tower. And I really think that it fits the area really well. So yeah, let's just try it out and see how it's going to look. This is not nearly high enough, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, my bad. But that's not a problem at all. Let me find the correct position. Maybe a little bit further in. Is this nice? Yeah, I think this works. Okay, now time to drag these ones down like this. And yeah, it definitely needs some work. But I think it could turn out pretty well. Just need to do the same thing for all the other towers. And this time let me do it properly. What is the max build limit right now? We must be pretty close. Yeah, and these towers will definitely go right into the ground, so they will extend probably way too far. But we can work with that. Okay, wait, this is an accident, but no, I don't think so. Just need to make sure that I don't accidentally remove the rest from the fortress. Just like I did right here. Okay, but these small walls are not a big problem. As long as it's not like the whole building. I can replace it easily. Okay. Let me actually clone it instead of just moving. And how close do I want this to be? Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, this is the correct positioning. If we look at the grass down below, this would fit best. There is some air pockets in here, but we can fix that easily later. For now, though, this is definitely too high. Okay. And one more tower to go. This one right here. And this is actually very nicely in here. So let me get out my box select. And just do it like this. And now, what was delete? Oh, there is no delete. Okay, cut and delete. That's good enough. Oh wait, let me actually keep those marks on the ground for the same reason as I just said. And since this is the last tower, I can just move it normally. Make sure to line it up properly. Yep, that fits. And there you have another tower. Also way too high up again. Okay. Again with some air pockets, but that's nothing I can't fix. Yeah, extrude only goes by block, right? Yeah, it does. Okay, some extra clicks, but that's also not a problem. Okay. Yeah. So last time we mostly finished up the layout for this, but I think there's still some stuff that could be added. Like for example, there are no roofs currently. Yeah, let me just fix that now. Oops, replace mode was still on. Yeah, and then I see how I do gameplay for this, but I think I have a good plan. So this, just like the other fortresses that we've built so far, will have multiple entrances that all eventually lead to one final room. In this case, there would be an entrance here, and right here, they would meet in the middle on this bridge. And maybe the top could be this tower, where they both eventually lead to, or you have to visit all 3 towers, so you would have a reason to explore all of them. I mean, I say you have to explore, but in the end it's still optional exploration, so just depends on how much the player wants to see. Okay, but so far, yeah, it looks nice, but I'm still thinking if there could be anything else to be added. Now let's just start decorating for now. Now, really nice of me to not properly color these in. It's all just yellow now, so there wasn't a reason to use wool in the first place, but well, that's just how it is now. What blocks do we use? I see some maybe blackstone, deep slate, some more darker tones. Let's just try it. Or do I go with the gradient? I have a great gradient setup right here. And if we just follow this, let's say blackstone, cobbled deep slate, cyan terracotta, and tough. Oops. That's a simple gradient, though I think I want to replace the cobbled deep slate with just normal deep slate. Yeah, also the terracotta in here is not noisy enough, in my opinion. Do we have a replacement? Not really. Well, that's not going to be a problem, so let's just go with that for now. Put this into the gradient helper, grade tool, and export it to the gradient painter. And we can actually just start painting. Well, almost. At this time, I did it the wrong way around, so we will have to start at the top and paint downwards. And yeah, okay, to be honest, mixed in, the terracotta isn't actually as noticeable as I thought it would be. So that's great. Let's just go ahead and paint in everything for now, and then we can see how it goes from there. Just to have some color in here, you know? Doesn't need to look great right now, just needs to have color. Never mind. Or do I just manually paint stuff in? I think this platform that we've kind of built out right here could do with some lighter blocks. Maybe andesite. Polished andesite, of course. And terracotta is always a nice block to use. So, yeah, I was thinking having only the inside blocks be colored and the like edge blocks being darker again. Just for a little bit of contrast in here. Okay, and I would like to have some noise in here. 3 blocks. Oh wait, it was 4, right? Yeah, okay. And we can also just export it to the gradient brush, which is what I'm going to do now. And now, as you can see, This is... Oh, I get it. Okay, okay. We still have to do this manually. This is great if you want to make your own pattern, you know, like it puts the darkest parts where you drag, like where the mouse is directly, and the lighter parts around that. But that's not what we are here for right now. Wait, I'm stupid. This is not even the right blocks. Oh my god. Okay, again. So we have andesite, polished andesite, and light gray concrete, and we will just mix in all of these for now. I think the polished andesite could stick out a little bit too much. Ah, too noisy, too noisy. Maybe some more equal looking blocks. What do we have here? Light gray wool seems nice. I don't want to use any gravity blocks. Where did the gold come from? But I'm selecting blocks when I use scroll wheel down. Where does that come from? That's new. I can't remember putting that on anything. Oh wait, no, I remember I've installed mouse tweaks, so I would guess it comes from that. And as the genius that I am, I didn't install a mod loader, so there's no reason to edit that setting for now. Or is it hidden somewhere? Mouse settings. Nope, that's just the same as usual. Okay, that one is on me. But we will have to live with that for now. Oops. Okay, this is already going in the too light direction. Maybe just 2 blocks is enough, to be honest. Let's just try that out. So we have 50% and 50% again. And this will be light gray wool. Okay, this is less noisy. But it obviously still needs some work. Acacia wood is always a nice block. So it's too dark, and this could be used for shading, to be honest. Okay, we can just keep going for now and figure it out later. I want to go with a different building style for this one. Like something of my own, you know? And that means having to figure out a lot more stuff. Let me just try out wrong filter again. And we need to go from bottom up. Why did it unselect? I'm really not learning from my mistakes, am I? Let's just keep going. No, again, stop it. What is actually going on with me right now? Okay, sorry. Okay, it needs texture. So let's go with just the raw colors for now. And yeah, just the raw colors for now, and we can... Oh, well, great, I checked that out. I didn't even turn off mask surface. My bad. Okay, let's just start from the beginning again. I'm messing up a lot of stuff right now. I am really not learning from my mistakes. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. So now, if I take this, I still have the mask applied. What? Did I just duplicate it? Oh, you can duplicate it if you hold Control. That's good to know. Polished andesite. Okay. I was thinking we could make the pillars out of polished andesite and then work on some noise textures later and shading. Just to get some color going. Yeah, it sticks out a lot right now. Maybe, wait, let me prepare some gradients. I'm making this way harder for myself than it has to be. So on one side, we have this one, which is for the general color that we have going. Now I want to have another gradient for the lighter colors. In this case, going from andesite to something more like moss. Obviously, mossy cobblestone always works in this context. Tough. Very much a nice block to mix in with moss. And now if we take another look at this one, we could go for some coral blocks. Yeah, this looks great, honestly. I like this. Okay, and I don't think we need much more. Okay, these are, I think, the two primary gradients I want to use. And this castle, of course, is old. Some of it is broken down, like overgrown. And so that's where the moss comes in. And I was thinking of starting with these pillars. So if we break these apart a little bit, and now let's say we have the moss at the very top, like this. And it kind of goes down. Yeah. Oh, honestly, doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I can work with this. Now we can use some walls maybe as depth and more texture. See like this, some down here. And also while we're at it, we can also maybe add some cobblestone. It's just a nice block to use when something's broken. in general, I mean. Very broken looking block. And now if I could try to work in cobblestone with this gradient. So if we go from cobblestone to where do we go with this? There isn't really much to go with. Maybe just some general light gray blocks. So we have some noise in there. A coral block again. This is where the light gray wool comes into play. And andesite is one of my favorites also. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, and I'm actually painting this in manually right now because I feel more confident in my ability to color these properly by hand. Gives me more control. And yeah, this is nice. But I would still like to mix in some mossy blocks. Just to amplify this look of it being like old and broken down. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, and if we go for a decoration on this side, what could be great? Let me look at this. Maybe? Oh yeah, this brings up some memories. If we make the roof start a little bit below where the pillars end, this could look great if done properly. But I've never done this before, so it's a learning experience. And actually, let me go and change up some of the blocks at the top, because those are very much exposed to the air, to rain, and it would therefore make a lot of sense to have these be mossy as well. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, maybe if we go for like this medieval roof style. Yeah. But then again, I need some decoration for the side of this. And if we go with slabs, we could actually go with something a little darker. And one thing that I know is very popular with these kind of towers is having these having walls that go in stripes upwards like this. But yeah, obviously that's still not nearly enough. So where are we going with this? This is obviously a nice concept, but not enough. Some windows. So let's say we have some windows here. These windows need to be supported. Also, one thing that I saw that I really, really like is having some blocks directly below the window that make it seem like some water maybe from the rain set up here, like some corrosion happened, you know. I'm using words. Let me just demonstrate what I mean. Mossy cobblestone. Oh, come on, YouTube. Okay. Okay, this doesn't stick out enough. Maybe blackstone? Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's a lot better. And from here, where can we go? Damn, it's like all my memories and pictures of old castles that I've had saved as research in my brain just suddenly disappeared. I'm not good at this, especially not live. But okay, we can still make this work somehow. Deep slate blocks do look nice, and I want to work with them a little bit more. Chiseled deep slate I've also seen a lot and never used, so that's a great time to change this. And if we look at Blackstone again, Blackstone always has some blocks that could be used. Yeah, let's just go with that for now and try some stuff out. This is hard. Firstly, we need something for the windows. Iron bars in this case, I think would fit very well. Yeah, that fits. And yeah, just some stripes going downwards, I think. But I want to make it look nice as well. So maybe if we take like this, and from here we could use some walls that go downwards. They could meet right at this point where they... What are they doing? Go downwards even more? I mean, it's not bad. Also, because we have moss right here, I think I want to work on some of the mossy textures into the blackstone. So let's try to figure out a gradient that would go great for that. So blackstone to moss. How are we doing this? Let's take a look at this color field that Axiom lets you generate. It's a really useful tool if you want to figure out some gradient. Okay, we have moss right here, and blackstone is somewhere here, right. So what I like to do is I take the ruler out and I just connect these two. And now we can look at the blocks in between and see what would naturally flow into the screen. Of course, there's a lot of free space right here, so we have to kind of improvise with this. But it's a start. So we can go to crack deep slate. From crack deep slate, pale oak wood. That's nice. Pale oak wood is already wood type, so it fits in nicely with stripped spruce. And stripped spruce is brown, and brown fits very well together with green. So this could honestly be the gradient we are going for. Oh, what do you think? Yeah, I think that this could work. Let's just build this down here and see. Oh yeah, honestly, we use the normal, or not the normal, the wood, not the log. This is honestly a nice looking gradient, I think. Let's just use that and see. So obviously it's really hard to go from blackstone to moss if we just have one block in between. But we can kind of work it in here with some moss carpets, maybe that go up here. Now these could be, okay, pale oak in this case doesn't fit at all, sadly. But we can amplify this feeling of it being old and broken down by breaking up the usual pattern in which this would flow. And we can have some moss actually in the background, I think. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm starting to like this. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. We are making progress, even though it's slow. It's still progress. And maybe like this. No, but there's enough slab blocks that we could use. This time, no mossy cobblestone, but instead cobbled deep slate. Right, right. Maybe. Also, these can be different, so how about we do go with mossy cobblestone just at the top. Yeah, this honestly works. And now from here we can kind of go back to the original plan of having this gradient type here. Oh wait, I'm going in the wrong direction. My bad, my bad. Okay. Yeah, I like this. That's nice. We have some more blackstone block variants. Yeah, we have. Blackstone wall. If I just replace this, because blackstone sticks out a lot more, so maybe having the, what is it, deep slate isn't quite enough. As you can see, the blackstone sticks out a lot more. What? Oh yeah, great, great, great. The deep slate could still be used as shading. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Going back to deep slate. Polish deep slate? Oh yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. And I want to have one more block in between. And that could be like when going with walls. One more can fit in here. Tough walls, right? Yeah, yeah, we can do this using tough. So if I mix these in here, oh, it's taking shape. It's taking a lot of shape. Okay, we still need to do this mossy pattern with the other pillar. So Yeah, let me break some of the top part off. And maybe I should have prepared the gradients a little better with my in my unorganized inventory. I might need to reset my entire inventory shortly. Okay, okay. Oh, and that's great. This goes right into the mountains, so no need to worry about the gradient not being long enough. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah, I have the feeling that this fortress will take some more time than originally planned. But that's all right. Let me kind of extend the roof right now so we have a more clear vision of where this is going. Yeah, okay. Yeah, now as you can see, hmm, maybe just this one block at the top. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. And let's not forget the walls, which I still, I think, want to just mix in between these, just to make it, again, look more broken. Oh, and that's annoying. Okay. And but yeah, that's still a problem. The polished and the set back here, but nothing I can't fix. So let's actually do that right now. These blocks down here don't need to be fixed. They're far enough down where most players will probably never notice. Okay, okay. It still looks kind of messy around this place, but we can work with that. Also, I have to go for like 5 minutes. Be right back. Okay, note to myself, I am usually not 5 minutes away, but 7. Good to know. Okay, yeah, I'm back. Sorry for that. I want to improve the noisiness of this a little bit more. Right now it's really hard on the eye. Like looking at this, the individual patterns do look nice, but when looking at it from afar, like as one, it's just a little bit too much. So one idea that I just came up with is, what if I go ahead and take this, what was it called? This, damn. This gradient, damn. Okay, my bad. Forgetting words. And paint it in by hand. Because right now it's just too much with it being seemingly random. A little bit too strong. And I want to fix that. So let's firstly paint everything in damn, I'm really good at selecting the wrong blocks, am I not? Okay, again. And remove this one, please. Okay, let's firstly paint everything in using tough. Okay, right. And from here we can build out a little bit more. I would, I think, want to do some more stuff with the moss pattern. So maybe have like, where could we add another patch of moss? Right here, I think. Have something like this. That's a little bit too strong. Wait, no, this was supposed to stay. Yeah, maybe. No, it's still too strong. Okay, let's find a different. Maybe the old gradient. This one that already. Yeah. Just a lot of trial and error. But yeah, that's the process of learning. For today, I've really oh, sorry for that. I've just touched my microphone. For today, I've really decided that I want to try some things out, just improve my building in general, and make some progress in that regards. And this might look nice, but I also think like the color or the lighting difference is way too high, going from basically black to a lighter gray. Sits really hard on the eye. And we can improve on that. Maybe going for this instead. Oh yeah, this is nice. Okay, and I also think the pale oak log is nice in a way, but or is it the blackstone? No, yeah, it was the blackstone. Okay. Okay, note to myself, keep the blackstone to only the walls and this pattern right here. And now Let's take this and kind of start to paint the gradient in by hand. Maybe go a little bit stronger. No, this goes too light with the coral block. I just noticed. Yeah, that's better. Also, maybe if it's not just a gradient, but we really go with the shading plan. So, yeah, let's just, for example, say that this right here is a darker space. Oops. Okay, Blackstone is too dark, honestly. Okay, this right here is a darker space, and it naturally flows into being more light. Yeah, this is more like it. This is more how shading works. Again, as I have stated a few streams back, I want to learn how to shade. So I have no experience in this. I am really just learning as I'm doing. So this is going to be a rather slow process. And I'm also not 100% sure, but that's part of learning, I think. Okay, already I must say it's a lot easier on the eyes, so a lot nicer to look at. Yeah. And we can still go with a gradient at the bottom. This would make sense, I believe. Yeah, this is a lot better now. Also, I think having the dark parts near the blackstone, which is already extremely dark, might not be too great. Like this, from looking from a distance, these blocks flow right into each other. And because there's also a difference in depth, I will never have this word straight. Because there's also a difference in depth, it makes it look very noisy and hard on the eye. So yeah, let's just get rid of this. And maybe add the darker part a little further up, right here. Oh, that's better, definitely. And this top part also needs some more color, just to make it look a little nicer. Yeah. Okay, this is now way easier on the eyes, which is really important. And I enjoy the patterns. This is some great progress, I think. Just, we're not nearly finished with this. I'm not getting this done today, am I? Okay, let's be a little bit more careful with this one block. Yeah, that's good. Although, well, okay, one block is not a problem. And do we keep the same pattern going? Would make sense, I believe. So this kind of like bridge. From here we can take the walls. Those go down to this point where they meet on a little surface, I believe you can call it. Yeah, the walls just keep going down from here. Okay, okay. And if we keep this pattern up, then that would also mean having some windows red at this point. Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. Now, if I add another moss patch, would it make sense to have it right next to an already existing one? Could be, as I just stated with the blackstone down here, a little bit too noisy. Okay, let me just paint all of this in, and we can decide afterwards. Wait a moment. One idea just came to my mind. If I take a tough wall and just put it in here. Oh yeah, this is kind of like how I would use vertical half slabs if they were to exist. For more depth, like this. This really gives it this old fallen apart look that I was going for. You know what? I'll do this. This is... Or is it too hard on the eye again? No, we'll figure it out. For now it works. Just need to be careful with how many I place. Okay, and now... Yeah, I would want to go... Where do we start? Maybe just... Top could use some extra colors again, like this. And then maybe going downwards, like having this patch of tough right in the middle. And from here we can extend. Yeah, yeah, okay. This could work. Now, I believe... Or do we add a moss pattern just inside of this place? Moss patch, sorry. I keep saying pattern when it's a patch. Okay. Yeah, maybe just in here, to be honest. It's also right where the color gets a little bit lighter again. So the lighter blocks that I have in this I can't stop saying pattern that I have in this gradient would fit right in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's great, honestly. And from here on out, I can go a little bit darker, right near the bottom, down here. Yeah. Okay, this is a lot quicker now that we've kind of figured out how it's supposed to look. But we can still maybe paint in these walls right here, because just having it be blackstone, I think, is too dark. And that's too much of a contrast. Okay, so we have cracked deep slate and polished deep slate. Both great blocks. Yeah, perhaps make this not be too dark. Make it stick out less. It's easier on the eyes. Yeah, okay, okay. And now we just need one more pillar and... Okay, maybe a little bit on this side, but that's going to be quick. Where do I have my... Here, okay. So again, we have moss on the very top, going down into mossy cobblestone. Just spread it out like seemingly random, but going into tough. But do I switch blocks too quickly right now? No, it works. Okay. Into coral. Add coral. Rest in peace. Okay, and this goes into andesite. Yeah, this works. This honestly works. Now we can go ahead and again add some walls in between. Hey Dioli, welcome. I am making some progress in regards to shading, which I've stated a few streams back that I want to learn this. And I think it's going great. What do you think of this tower? Yeah, that's just what I was doing for the past hour. Takes some time, so this is going to be a long process, but I think this could turn out pretty well. Maybe have some moss spread over to the roof. Yeah, this, like having the roof be overgrown as well. That's nice. That's very nice. And now we just need to replace the yellow wool. Oh, this goes down a lot. I might need to remove a lot of the wool afterwards. Too much basalt, you say? The only basalt is this. No much, not enough. Okay, sorry, my bad. Yeah, I was using the basalt more as those darker spots. I'm not quite sure where they would fit in properly. I wanted to keep them relatively rare, not to make it too hard on the eye, you know? Okay, this is pretty simple. Oh, missed one. Okay, okay. But yeah, some more darker spots, I guess you're right. Question is just how? Because I've previously had like a big dark spot right at this corner. But the problem was that it blended together with the black stone a little bit too much, which made it really hard to look at. Um, so yeah, I've kind of stepped down from that a little bit. It also I don't think it needs too much. This one could actually go a little bit lighter. Yeah, I don't want to go too hard on the shading for now. Especially with me just trying it out for the first time now. I need to be careful not to make it too, yeah, as I said, too straining to look at. Okay, some extra moss, this is great. And the other two sides, this one could honestly just be removed entirely. Yeah. Well, I think if you say it might be a little bit too light at some points, that's not just your monitor, I think. I'll keep it in mind and just keep going for now, and we'll see how it turns out later. Also, I have a little question. So, oh yeah, that's a good reason, to be honest. So I was thinking, this map is great and all, and I like working on it and I like making progress. But I also think it could get boring if I just stream this map over and over again. What do you think of some variations? Working on maybe a different map that I had in planning for a long time. Just here and there, mix in something else to keep it fresh, you know? We have to match soon, that's alright. Have fun in your Valorant match. But yeah, what do you think of this idea? Um, okay, if I keep going with a different pattern right here, because we have a lot of moss, could this work? Or does it stick out too much? Honestly, not too bad. Maybe if I mix in some of the other colors, making the darker spots darker, some more tough also. Yeah, this doesn't need too much. Oh, wait, I have an idea. We're going with shading, so why not make this side that is already very deep inside of the whole path right here and make it a little darker. Maybe honestly just go with blackstone. Yeah. Um. Okay, the roof needs some coloring. So this is where we had a lot of basalt and more darker colors. So I might want to keep this going. Yeah, yeah, like having YouTube. Stop it. Okay. Like having this be a lot darker because it's also in a corner, which means a lot less light gets or this part gets exposed to less light. That's what I tried to say. Yeah, this doesn't need any more because it's on one side inside the building and on the other side overgrown with moss. Oh wait, yeah, some grass, honestly. Tall grass especially works great on buildings like this on top of moss. Yeah, yeah, this is nice. Maybe one down here. So I do think I might need to edit a little bit of the biomes to make the color of the grass fit in more. But in general, I do enjoy this look. Just two more towers to go. Okay, we can do this. Now at least we have a pattern that we can work with. Yeah, so the extra map that I had in planning, I've just come up with this, but I really like the idea, so I want to talk about it. Is a survival horror map set in abandoned underground lab where the player is like it's like a survival game, you know, forced to go out into the danger to find resources to stay alive. So you have a procedurally generated map with an entity that is searching for you while you are looking for resources, and you need to manage food, water, electricity, and oxygen to stay alive. And yeah, right, you have some tools that can tell you if the entity is near. One of those being you can look in a direction and like ping once, and it will tell you if the enemy is currently in the look that you are in the room that you are looking at. Meaning that you know if it's there or not, but you don't know if it's going there or not, which might build up a lot of tension. That was at least what I had planned. And then you gather food from leftovers in the lab, like having maybe a fridge that is still working, or some mushroom patches that have been growing there. Yeah, and same for water. You might have some contaminated water that comes out of the sinks that you could drink, but it will increase your sickness meter, and you also have to manage that. Yeah, and that was like the original plan, just having this Darkwood kind of feel to this map, where you are never safe and always looking for more resources to survive the next night, while also being chased by scary big monster. Yeah, I have already planned out the whole mechanics. So the pathfinding, the food and drink mechanics, building, crafting. I've figured that all of that out already, but I would need to build it and then actually go ahead and make the map and stuff. So yeah, I might want to do that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to stream that, because streaming right now is very much reserved for this map. But maybe if I feel like it, I might stream that map as well, if I start building it soon. I might also just wait till this one is done, just so there's not too much going on at once, you know. But we will see about that. Looks better without color correction. Okay, that's good to hear. So it was the color correction. Okay, I think painting right into the yellow wool is a lot easier. Yeah, I just want to make sure, like, what are your thoughts on this? Would you like some, or in general, would anyone like some freshing up the content? Because I know it can get boring to watch the same map over and over again. I obviously want to keep it fresh, maybe extend my viewer base a little bit by branching into different categories of Minecraft map making. But yeah, I'm still unsure about this. But we'll have to see. I do want to make this map someday. I just don't know when exactly. Still enough time. Yeah, so the map will play because the map is generated procedurally and the entity works on a custom AI that I'm going to build. Not really an AI, an algorithm, but you know, close enough. It's actually going to have a lot of replay value, so you're not going to spoil yourself by watching me build it. Especially for maybe some special events that could happen. But apart from that, I actually can't get the song out of my head. It's been playing since I woke up tomorrow morning, today, this morning. Damn, speaking is hard. But yeah, I've had it on repeat in my head for the past couple of hours. Which is funny. This is such an amazing song. Like, I don't know who over there at Calamity Mod decided to make such a banger soundtrack for a mod pack, but huge respects to them. Like, this is not the average quality that I would expect from a mod pack, you know? This is like some DLC type of stuff. Full new game, almost. Oops. Well, to be honest, I want to do both. So I want to keep going with this map and I want to stream the horror map. And both, like this map is higher on my priority list. And I have a lot of fun building it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm neutral about this. I would like to keep going with this, but I also would like to shake things up a little bit, you know? Okay, we need to add windows. And because these end on this exact same level, the windows can also actually start on the same level, which is right here, 3 up. Or is it weird if they're on the same level? I'll just keep going for now and we will see soon. Never too late to change things. But I do think I would like to have this stuff right here start a little bit further up. Right here, maybe. This goes down 5 blocks. One more. Okay. Okay, and more of these. Now breaking up the pattern again, using different colors. Okay, okay. Actually, let me just go ahead and paint in some of these as well. Well, I'm already at it, you know. Where did my deep slate go? Oops, okay. Yeah, I think I like this a lot more with less of the blackstone because the blackstone is just way too dark. Way too much of a contrast. Okay, let me take the time and make a new inventory slot, just so it's easier to build. Oh, that's also half steps only. Okay, I can work with that. Okay, good. Now it's easier to keep going. 2 right here, 2 right here, 2 right here. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct, right? Yeah, okay. But well, now I've completely left out the blackstone. My bad. What happened here? So much air pockets. Okay. Oh wait, I do want this at the top to be a little bit lighter also. So let's go with this. Some of that. Yeah, okay. This fits. Yeah, thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. I've kind of started streaming for myself, but just knowing that someone else is here to watch and enjoy what I do does make me really happy. So yeah, thank you a lot. Okay, this tower is a lot more broken on the top side and a lot more like not broke. What is the opposite of broken? Like, damn. I would assume it's such a simple word, and yet I somehow still forgot it. Crazy. Oh, and again, the yellow wool. I keep forgetting about the yellow wool. Alright, then have fun with your Valorant match, and good luck. I hope you win. And yeah, have a nice day. Thanks for being here. Okay, it doesn't actually matter too much what blocks are inside of there, because you're most likely not going to see them anyways. But I would still like it to be not yellow wool. For obvious reasons. Not too... anyways. I was about to say I went too far down, but... okay, all the holes are fixed. Yeah, this is starting to take shape, and I really enjoy where it's going. But one thing that I kind of fear is, will it like differ a little bit too much from the rest of the map? Like, I feel like I have way too many different build styles all in one map. Like, it's more like a collab, you know? As if different people build different parts of the map. We have this forest right here with these weird looking towers. These houses are really simple, like nothing much going on with these. Yeah, the monument speaks for itself, I believe. Then we have this stripes kind of looking fortress that is really kind of its own piece of work. Sticks out a lot, I think. This one as well. Also has a lot of stripes, but a lot less color variety, which makes it stick out as well. And now we have this right here. Yeah, this map needs... okay, sorry that I'm saying this, but I think once I finish this trilogy of maps, I will go back to this map and completely rework it, like give it a proper remake. Yeah, because as much as I like that you can see my development and the way I improved as a builder while building, like while playing the map, it's really a really nice aspect of this, but I also do believe that the inconsistency in quality may be immersion breaking for some people. But we'll see, there's still more than enough time. Maybe I will actually go back and rework some of the older stuff again. Just need to make sure that I don't get back into this habit of reworking all the time. Oops. But yeah, also just question for everyone also watching on YouTube. Like, what do you think of the idea of streaming that horror map? The creation of it, at least. Would be interesting to see what everyone is thinking. Because as I said, I'm really neutral on this. I just like to build. That's all I do. Now this gets dark a little bit too soon, I believe. Maybe if I add a patch of light blocks right in this corner to break things up. Oh yeah, that works, I guess. Um, okay. I do believe these patches kind of stick together a little bit too much right now. So let me bring in some of these blocks. Maybe some of them down. Yeah, okay, this is better again. Well, yeah, I do like to have some noisiness in here, just not too much is the thing. Oh, this is great now. Good progress. Where do we keep going? Yeah, the other side, right? Oh, this is going to get annoying with the mountain in the way. Okay. One more of those pillars should be doable. But from there on out, we kind of have to improvise. Oh, well, I could paint it from the inside. Not a big deal. Completely forgot that I could just do that. Let me play some moss again. Wait, hold up. Did my Minecraft stop having sound again? Yes. Let me fix that real quick. Because I do want you to be able to hear the sound in Minecraft. Okay, let me uncapture Minecraft real quick, and you see black screen real quick. Sorry for that. Should be fixed right about now. Yep, okay. And do we hear sound again? Yes, we do. Okay, good. Yeah, again, my headset still has a broken cable, so sometimes the sound disconnects, and that means that you will not be able to hear anything anymore. And OBS seems to be struggling with adjusting for that, and just stops all sound right at that moment. Okay, the roof, of course, is broken, and I will keep that in mind, but let me just build on the pattern for now, so I can see better how I need to destroy it. To make the destroyed blocks look more natural. Okay, so now we take out the moss and just break this roof apart. And actually we can have a little hole to fall into right here. Maybe also a good place where light could fall in from the top. Yeah. So let's see. We still have some coloring to do. Make it darker again in these corners. Okay, that's a lot better now. And now we need this pillar. What do I do with this? Doesn't need too much, honestly. Maybe some walls. Yeah. Okay. We start again. Moss at the top. Oh, I would like to break this down a little more than the others. Just to bring in some height differences. And I would use vines, but because of the way the map is set up, I have tick speed set to 10 times speed, just so that all the plants can grow, so that I can properly plan how everything is going to look in the end. For players who may need some more time to get to a specific area, or for stuff like this, you know? And yeah, for that reason, I don't think vines would fit really well in here, because they would grow all the way down instantly. Okay. Now the blackstone again. Yeah, this is a lot of copy and paste, like doing the same thing over and over again. But it has to be done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. Let me just paint this in with blackstone for now, and we can keep going out from there. Adjust the color. Yeah, see, if I just keep it blackstone, this is way too dark in here. If I break it up a little bit more, have less blackstone, it's a lot easier to look at. Like this sticks out like a big highlight, and yeah, that's just a little bit too much. So that's why we are removing some of the blocks. Oh wait, this more, this. And yeah, I might want to, this time, make sure to have the gradient be more natural, you know? Because in this, we have it go from light to middle dark to completely dark to middle dark again. This looks kind of weird. This time I want to have it like in one motion. Going from dark to middle dark to light. And then also that those colors extending onto, what is it called? Onto this little platform. Do I have the wrong blocks? I feel like this cobbled deep slate is wrong in here. No, it isn't. Okay. Oh well, my bad. Wait, let me just place this down real quick. Okay, so this is the lightest one, meaning that right here we have this. Okay, okay. I just kind of forgot the blocks for a moment. Okay, we do have an extra block. Where did that come from? Somewhere, I guess. Uh, well, oops. Oh well, no problem. Just some yellow wool. Okay, okay. And now for the last part, I would like some more walls in here. Maybe some cobblestone, mossy cobblestone. Yeah. Oh wait, this would better be tough again. Right. Yeah, making these one look a little bit more broken. Like this is a well-maintained tower, but it's definitely like falling apart from the inside. And also it seems like it's standing, well, it's relatively safe, but one day it will just fall to dust. Okay. And let me make this one a little bit nicer to look at. Okay, okay. As well as this one. Okay, okay. Just one more side that needs to be done. And even though I have organized my inventory, I still feel like it's really unorganized. So let me get rid of some of those blocks. Now make it proper. So we have blackstone, polished deep slate to cobbled deep slate to cracked deep slate. Blackstone walls to deep slate tile walls to deep slate brick walls. Then for other walls, we have tough into cobblestone into mossy cobblestone. Let me also just build this right here. A lot of gradients. Okay, okay. So now, the side of the building was always this. Now, obviously, there can we do windows? But this would be cursed if windows actually fit in. Oh, they fit in so close. So looking out of this window is really depressing somehow. Nothing but wall outside. Or maybe you have a little bit of sky right here. So it's mostly just black. Okay, that shouldn't. Oh wait, anyways, there was an entrance right here that somehow got lost. So let me rebuild this real quick. And that also means that we don't even need a window right here. Or where was the entrance? Was it right up here? Actually, maybe it was a few blocks more down. Okay, let's say the window is here, saying that you stand on this block, meaning that this is the entrance. Yeah, one block down. Okay. Yeah, not my greatest work right here, I guess. But that's not a problem. I can easily extend this wall outwards. So for now, let's build some of this. So the darker patches will be where the entrance is. And here we can transition back to a darker look right near the bottom. Okay, okay. Oh wait, I forgot about this roof. No, some... Okay, this is great. And now all we have to do is one more pillar. So this one is a little bit more tricky because it is right in this wall. Maybe I should have built this... Wait, I can still just take it out. What is stopping me? The tall grass is stopping me. Okay, one more time. I can still just move it upwards a little bit. Yeah, I should have done that from the beginning. Damn. That's a lot easier to build now. I might need to take the other tower out as well. So much leftovers. Oops. Oh well, this was going to be empty in the end anyways, so... Okay, tower was this. And right here I believe we could actually have the highest tower so far. With some moss at the very top. Oops. Yeah, I will need to go over this with the mask later and figure out where all the yellow wool is that I might have missed. Yeah, I've definitely missed some yellow wool somewhere. No way I've actually got to remove all of them. All of it. Oh yeah, that is a lot of yellow wool. Where did this all come from? Oh, it's from the framing red. No, not a problem for now. I can fill it in with grass for now. And it will get proper decoration once we actually start doing gameplay. To be honest, that works great. Now just some more grass on top. Here as well. And do we... Yeah, okay, I guess we are going to add some more blackstone. And this leads right into the mountain, so it's only going to be half decorated. Okay, actually, Let this not be connected to the mountain. Yeah. Works a lot better this way. I know we've started with a lot of black stone in here. I've slowly just removed all of it. But yeah, I think the darker blocks are nice, but blackstone is just a little too much. That being said, this is going to be blackstone. Yeah, that's honestly all right. Like this. Great. So now, firstly, let me remove this. Then, how did this? Ah, just one more. Okay, so I can just paint over it using grass. Shouldn't be a problem, right? So, do I have everything? Great. Okay, tower finished. 2 towers finished. But with it looking like this, what I just realized is this entire castle might need a complete rework in terms of coloring. Well, I mean, it was okay. This is the moment where I show the castle. This was never really finished in the first place. As you can see, the texture is still mostly just andesite. The walls are still just tough bricks. The roof is one colored. So this is obviously, it was never really finished. But with the more fallen apart, like old rusty look that we have here, this might need a complete recoloring. Also, just a quick note, this is the first ever castle I built ever. So patterns like this, yeah, this is going to be reworked. Like this pattern it doesn't look bad, but it does look really random with how I placed this, and I don't know. Doesn't really, like, it has the structure, as you can see, but yeah, not quite enough. It looks really randomly placed. Also with this going on right here, yeah, this entire castle will need a complete recoloring and retexturing. And I will probably make most of the city look more in this rusty old look, also meaning that this castle right here, this fortress, needs a recoloring, as well as this, meaning that we've made practically no progress at all in the last 2 streams. Oh, this is great. The curse of building in Minecraft. I think it's just the curse of creating in general, not just Minecraft. Okay, now I do think I want to go ahead and paint this one in. Let me just go ahead and finish up the framework out of yellow wool. And I already have an idea as to how this could look. Just need to... Alright. Oh wait. Bottom part right here. Making sure it properly extends into the ground everywhere. It does, okay. So this is I think, the perfect place for tough bricks. Like having these go like down like this. I think this is what I'm going to go for here. Of course, still keeping the colors in mind, the texturing. But for now, this is what we are going with. And of course, the side is going to get some extra blocks. It's not all going to be only tough. What is it called? Is it the not the foundation? Well, you know what I mean. So let's keep going. Yeah, and I'm painting all this in and with tough for now. And then we will see how this could become a nicer texture. So there's obviously some room in here that the player will most likely be able to explore. This could be something like the prison. So, I mean, this place does need a prison, so it would be weird to make it so close to the. No, okay, no, this is not going to be the prison simply because the positioning is wrong. With this being the rich part of the city and the main castle being right over there, having the prison be visible to everyone from the richer districts seems like a weird decision. Okay, we need a darker brick-like block. Wait, if I just look for bricks, deep slate bricks, does it work? No, normal bricks will not be it. But then again, also one thing that I saw, if I take smooth bricks, or smooth stone and polished andesite, these work great together, I think. Also just normal stone in general can go right in between here. But I'm not sure how light I want this to be. Do we just keep going with this rusty old look? Would make sense, right? But it does need a little color change. Or in this case, light level change. So let's try and find a way to go from deep slate bricks to where do we go? Wait. Polished blackstone bricks. Is this the moment that Blackstone has been waiting for? This is a nice gradient. But yeah, the texture of the block is way too similar. Okay, let's say we are going from Blackstone to tough. Mud could work, but is maybe. Oh, wait. Let me just try it out and we'll see. Honestly, not too bad. But we also still need to go or extend this to go to moss. And how do we do that? Oh, simple, honestly. Yep. Really simple. Though I do believe I don't want tough bricks in here because simply of the texture that bricks have. If I just remove it, that's still a nice gradient. Maybe make this a little bit more cleaner. Okay, so this is the gradient that we are going for. And yeah, let me honestly just do what I usually do. Okay, but okay, let me add a little extension. The bricks do have a nice like gradient right here. And having it mixed in like this maybe, just on those corners, could work, if I'm being honest. I do believe it could. Okay, one problem that I'm having with the deep slate is that it is always sideways, which is not what I want. So I do need to place them without replace mode. Because as you can see, the texture is quite different. Wait, this is kind of nice. Like having the color of the bricks be similar to the color of the stones inside. Oops. Wait, where did the gravel just come from? I have no gravel in my inventory. Oh, it's doing this stuff again. Okay. I can honestly work with this. Yeah, having mud in here is funny. Because it is a more natural block. But yeah, I don't know, it fits in color-wise really well, so I kind of want to keep it. Wait, what was in between? Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry that I'm so quiet right now, but I'm kind of concentrating on how this is going to look. Just need to make sure that all the colors fit. And also keep in mind we've not added any moss yet. So there's still some stuff that needs to be done. I cannot go single build without moss. I say that knowing full well that there are multiple builds that don't have moss. But you know what I mean. Bigger builds like this need moss. Moss is just such an amazing block. I do want to do like a Minecraft block tier list at some point. That would be funny, I think. Okay, forgot about the top. Okay, this fits in really nicely now. Like the colors blend into each other. Though not right here. Let me fix that. I know this is part of the pillar, but well, it needed a little bit of extra. Or do I just go ahead and make a proper transition? Going from mud to andesite. The cobblestone is honestly alright. We don't even need cobblestone. This isn't going to andesite, this is just going to dead coral blocks. Yeah, now these blend in together a lot more. Which could be nice, but it could also be a little intrusive. Nah, this is honestly okay. Okay, where's the moss patch? Where does the moss patch go? We have from deep slate to tough. Where's the deep slate? Here's the deep slate. Here's the tough. Okay, I don't think this really can really hold any moss right now. It's already very full. Yeah. Okay, but what it does need is a railing. What do we use for the railing? I think honestly, spruce wood. Never mind. In my head, spruce wood fits in really nicely with these blocks. But I do see why it's not working. Do we go with iron bars and just the deep slate, a blackstone bricks? It doesn't need too much, honestly. Yeah, this is just a little railing. It doesn't actually need more. Okay, okay. Now we are in a tough spot because we're getting close to the big building. What do we do with this? Also, we still don't have a roof. And I think in terms of roofs, I really want to go with this medieval style of 2 blocks up every time. Though with this very weird shape for this building, it's really hard to go for a roof like that. I was thinking of having pillars again. I'll just build it and try it out, like, um, and have it just like the towers where the roof starts before the, or like it doesn't extend too far above the pillars, which I do believe is a nice way of building, but it also makes it hard right now. I mean, this goes right into the tower. Also, did I forget a full side of the tower? Yes, I did. Also, what is this inside of here? Um, I don't know about this. I'm honestly not sure when it comes to the roof for this. I can't just give it a cathedral kind of roof like this one, simply because of the shape of the building. Oh, I should have done some more research on roofs. But honestly, we can keep it out for now. There's still enough of other things to do. Like the bridge. Okay, come, the bridge. In this case, the gate. This needs some color. Where are we going with this? Or where are we starting is the better question. We have a lot of gradients here. I just noticed. Um, Honestly, I do believe we could go with the design from this platform. I actually don't know what the proper word would be, so I'm just calling it a platform for now. So if we go with those colors, maybe skipping the cobblestone. I'm just gonna build for now. Find a nice gradient that works. Also again, why I'm not using the gradient brush right now is because doing it by hand gives me a lot more control over where the blocks actually go. And in this specific case, I think I want it that way. Usually I would go with the gradient brush. Let's just try that out. Doesn't need to be perfect. And I can still replace the blocks later. That's not a problem. Oh wait, yeah, I was just thinking why I'm not using replace block or replace mode. It's because the rotation that the deep slate gets placed in. I have a better idea. Oh yeah. Make it look like the bridge is dripping moss. That just came to my mind. So what that means, I want to go from moss to mud, but in a dark way. So this is going to be like the other way around, you know? Do we have some darker mossy blocks? I don't believe we have. Um, Wait, we already have a setup for this. Yeah, this one right here. And it's easy to just replace the back block with mud. Oh no, wait. That's wrong because I don't want it to go dark near the bottom. I think in this case it would be great if the darker parts are more near the top. What if we extend the moss a little bit, like this? Okay, and from here, green terracotta. Green terracotta is already a really dark block. So it might actually just fit in. Um, okay, I would like to have it a little bit more lighter. So let's go with mossy cobblestone again. Instead of green terracotta. Yeah, this is, I think moss fits really well together with the lighter side of coloring. Doesn't really fit nicely with the dark blocks. I mean, it fits, but it's, yeah, I don't know, it's, the lighter blocks do better in this situation. And from here we have tough, which is the classic. But I don't quite know where to go from there on out. Maybe, I mean, the deep slate could honestly be the next step. We just try it out. Yeah, sure, why not? Don't worry about the inside. This is going to look really messy when I look inside. Okay, honestly, this gradient is nice. I like this. Yeah, this is, I mean, it's going in the right direction, but I don't know where to go from here. Um, Maybe stay a little bit on the lighter side, finding blocks that are close or even a little bit lighter than the deep slate. Cyan terracotta again. Just a little bit. A little bit more. Even more? Stone. Normal stone is the block. Yeah, I think I'm underusing stone blocks, to be honest. Just normal stone can do so much when used properly, at least. I do think it still needs another block in this gradient, like maybe going to cobblestone. Not tough. Cobblestone. No, the cobblestone kind of clashes with the terracotta. But it could also work. Let's just try it out. Like again, I'm not an expert on this. I'm just testing things out and hoping for the best. But honestly, this looks nice. This really does look nice. And yeah, I'm going to go dark again in this corner. For the simple reason that it's a corner and you can't really, like, there isn't much light coming in. So to me, it would make sense to have this a lot darker. I'm not gonna bother with the direction the deep slate is facing this time. Mud or basalt? Basalt. Yep, honestly, that works. Yeah, okay. Now I do believe the tuff isn't spread out enough. So let me add some more outside down here. Like right now, the tuff feels like it's like pressed against the mossy cobblestone. Yeah. Okay. Still not done though. We have a whole different side and the inside, which I'm going to do now. And I do want a little patch of moss right around here. And my inventory is messy again. Let me just take these blocks and we can see where it's going from there. Like again, this is not just a gradient, this is shading. So it can also go sideways or upwards or downwards. Or that's why I wanted the dark parts to be further up. Because, well, why? Well, anyways, you get the point. I was just trying to talk while having no idea what to talk about. Also, I do believe I need to limit myself on what videos I want to make. for YouTube, for the simple reason that I don't have enough space on my drive to save all of the stream replays we've gathered so far. And so I need to limit myself to the projects I want to commit to. And one of them is the secret area down here that I'm currently working on. And I think the next project is actually just going to be this castle. Or this, I keep calling it a castle, it's a fortress. And now comes the tricky part, because with me deciding to have moss right here, I need to also have some connection to make it connect to the rest of the building, because right now, as you can see, there's a clear line right here. Now it's gone. And also, there's still going to be a lot of moss right at the top. Like, this is covering both sides. Also, again, need to make sure that the mossy cobblestone doesn't feel like it's pressed against the moss. Just to make it flow more naturally, the colors. And yeah, tough, then okay, exactly how we have it in my inventory right now. Wait, this might, oh, oops, this might need to go a little bit deeper. Or does it? Not really, right? That's fine. We'll see how it goes. Wait, can I? No, I can't. Okay. I tried. I thought if I was looking from a different direction, maybe the replace mode would also rotate the deep slate, but it doesn't, sadly. So we just have to keep working with this. And the tuff does need to come a little bit further down right here, because I can already see this line forming that I don't want to have. Yeah, right here we have the transition back to normal stone. So I need to be careful with the amount of blocks I place for now. Oh, I completely forgot the blocks up here. My bad. Okay. Yeah, this is taking shape nicely. Let me mix in some mossy cobblestone with the moss. I believe it looks nice in a way. Yeah, okay. Now only these two are still left open. Oops. Yeah, every time I see like an unnatural line form, like, okay, there isn't really one right now, but here, for example, like it was right here, you had this clear, it feels like there is a line in between these blocks. Oh, damn. Yeah, and every time I see something like this, I try to break it up a little. Like now, there's still a line here, but it's much shorter. And it doesn't extend, so... You kind of have to go by feel with this. Because when you just use normal gradient painters, it's really easy to form this very obvious line, I would almost say. So here I can use replace mode because it's replacing the top. And so it's already correctly rotated. Yeah, okay, okay. Still needs some work, obviously, but we are going in a great direction. Let me for now just use andesite at the top of the... I want to keep calling it bridge, but it's not a bridge. At this wall. Just calling it wall is also not nice. What is this called? But I mean, it is a bridge in a way, so... Oh well, does it really matter? You know what I mean. Okay. Yeah, I think this is nice. Still needs the... Where is it? Tall grass. Also, wait, let me mix in some fern. Can't type. Okay, and now on the other side again. Not keeping it floating. Very important. Okay, okay. So, let me think for now. What are we doing? I feel like this is not quite done, but I'm also not too sure what to add. Like, I believe it's the depth of this bridge. Like, it's really flat right now. Even though it's technically not, but it feels flat. Hmm. I am not too sure. Also, this song is not really helping. This one is perfect. Um, we could go for Windows again. Oh no. Now, well, I'm going to leave this open for next stream, and until then I'm going to look up some pictures of bridges. Okay, okay. I know we are, or not we. I keep saying we when it's just me technically. Um, I know I am working really slowly right now, but I want to make sure that this place looks nice. I could be layouting a little bit more. Like there's some parts missing. For example, I do think we need some more of those pillars. So specific parts stick out a little more. Just for depth. So this is the first area the player is going to probably see and want to enter. Like I believe most players would turn right, see a big entrance right here. Maybe not notice the one right here. I think it's a smaller one that doesn't lead anywhere. So this is definitely the next building that needs painting. Now at this point we do have enough gradients set up to work with. Which one do we go for? Is this too light? I don't know. I think this is nice if it's a little bit lighter. So no, we do still need some darker tones. Yeah, because of let me not damn, let me not use mud, but instead go with, I don't know if I'm going to add blackstone. Maybe 1 or 2 blocks down here. Because we have this overhang right here, and that means that this place is way darker. In natural lighting, of course, because less, but I mean, there's not really a sun, but less natural light reaches this place. Yeah, and with how it normally looks, let me make it actually a little bit Yeah, this amplifies the shading. I want to try something stupid. Let me do something. Oh damn, it takes the yellow blocks. Yeah, right. Auto shade is honestly a fun feature, though I would probably never properly use it, simply because it removes so much of the creative aspect of building. But it is fun to play around with. Yeah, see how many blocks it just places. It also makes it in a natural way, because you, the player, in this case, are the sun, and the this auto shade feature will try to shade the area according to where the lighting would be if you were the sun. So as you can see, the other side is a lot darker, while the front side is more or less the same. Well, not really, but right, okay. Let's just keep going. I'm wasting time. Okay, and for this, I did plan to have like some stair blocks to be connected. Like this, maybe holding this platform up, this little overhang, making sure that it doesn't crash. Yeah, honestly, that's fine. And what do we do with this corner? We could just place a spawner in here. I definitely will. We still have a full tower to paint in. Yeah, honestly, I'll just do that now. And until that's done, stream time will already be over, so I have time to think about what to do next. When did I add in wool? This doesn't seem... It does look nice. Though I don't remember ever putting wool in there. Okay. So wait, what preset did I have? One that had more... This one? No, this is too dark. Must be one of... Oh, did I replace it? Yeah, I think I did replace it. Yeah, that was it. Okay, so let's go ahead and make the last tower. Probably not even going to finish it. Oh damn, someone is ringing. I hope you can't hear it. That would be bad. Sorry. Okay. Now this gets a little bit tricky again, because it's right at the corner, right next to this next building here. No, yeah, this is tricky. Okay, okay. But still works. Also, again, it would be a lot easier if I just took the tower and moved it upwards. So let me do that. Yeah, look, this, I really am good at making it harder for myself than it has to be. Okay, just one more pillar to go. And yeah, this has been some great progress again. I think I've learned a lot, especially with all the shading we've done. Yeah, this has been some great learning progress. Okay, let me just reselect this. What was it? Yeah, these blocks. And wait, I might need to put the windows first. How far do they start below? 3 blocks. Okay, I can work with that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, okay. So we can keep going. Now, I do think I want the darker parts to go along the mountain, which we can see right here. I've taken out some of it. So I might want to place these blocks more like this, and I'm not going to bother with the deep slate for now. Let me just take a quick look again. Yeah, this is... I completely forgot about this whole side. Happens. My bad. Okay, now we had this problem again where this would look like this. As you can see, there's this clear line that you usually really don't want to have while building, and so it's important to mix in some blocks more deeper. More of the lighter blocks go further in, more of the darker blocks go further out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I like where this is going. Okay, so shading with on this side is going to be a little bit harder because there's no rocky side that I could keep to. I'm just going to make the dark parts the very bottom. Yeah, honestly, with the way I build right now, I might as well just use the noise painter or the gradient painter. But now we're too far in, too deep in. I can't possibly change my way of building now, can I? Okay, now we have a mountain to keep to again, so oops, wrong block. Happens, my bad. And yeah, honestly, that works. Any blocks that we've made? Oh yeah, a lot. Um, but this is actually bad because there's not going to be anything on the inside. This whole stuff is going to be empty. Meaning, um, if I just fill all of this out with smooth basalt. Is that noticeable? Maybe let me mix in some of the deep slate. Yeah, that's okay. With the blocks I chose, it's really easy, I feel like, to find some great blocks that work together. Nope. And this also needs... And honestly, that's not even bad because I'm just going to move them together now anyways. And see, we were able to finish this whole tower before stream time ends. Okay, okay. Just double checking everything. This I'm going to deal with a later time, not right now. Oh wait, the roof. Completely forgot about that. Okay. Let me just sprinkle in some more fern all around this place. I feel like I've not used enough of it. And then it's actually time to finish up. Yeah, so some great progress again. I was honestly, when I started streaming today, I was not really confident I was going to be able to build this according to my imagination. But now looking back, I am really happy with how it turned out. And it gives me a lot more confidence when it comes to the actual city. That is probably still going to take some time, simply because of how much of the fortress is still missing. But yeah, we will find out more about that next time. Um, Next stream is going to be on Saturday from time zones. Give me a moment. 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central European time. Yeah, that's it. If you want to know more about when I'm streaming, you can check out my schedule tab on Twitch. The schedule on there is up to date. You can keep to that. And until then, I hope you all have a nice day, and I see you next time. Thanks for watching.